Again, and Greece is back in the news, which is providential because I already had a video prepared to do today, and although I'm not going to customize it for Greece, you can pretty much apply what I'm going to say to Greece. At least we'll see. So it goes like this. The 24/7 financial news cycle is something you need to be aware of how it works, and the media is literally following a playbook in carrying this out. They usually are tracking about 3 stories at a time. They will pound those into oblivion, and they are going to be replaced only by the next few stories that they're then going to pound those into oblivion. They're following the instructions on the back of a shampoo bottle, per se. You know, the ones where it says lather, rinse, and repeat. You'll remember some of these stories. Y2K, the fiscal cliff in both 2012 and 13. Both of those promised almost certain Armageddon-like circumstances by the stroke of midnight after they hit. Of course, none of them ended up that way. More recently, we've seen the end of the QE bond buying program by our federal government. They told us initially that they were going to taper the program off. Now, when they started talking about tapering, we were promised that the equity market would not respond well. Well, 2 things happened. Not only did they not taper the program, they just flat out stopped it suddenly, and the equity market persistently went up. Remarkable. So they were wrong again. Few stories are dominating today's headlines. We have the oil glut, we have the China slowdown, and we have the when will the Fed raise interest rates question. Well, all these may be interesting to explore. There's one I want to camp out on because it's just too good to almost be true as far as something to try to have some fun with, and that's the oil glut. You see, we were told for about 40 years by the smartest people, including the former smartest person on the planet, Alan Greenspan, that we were going to run out of oil. If anyone's paying attention to the news over the last 30 or 40 years, you saw something about this. I sat in an audience of several thousand financial advisors, watched Alan Greenspan sit in a comfy chair on a stage and tell us all we're running out of oil. So today what we're being told is the complete opposite. Not only are we not running out of oil, there is so much oil, there may not be enough place on earth to store it all. This is confounding, isn't it? Further, what they're saying is adding to this is that the demand for oil has peaked. Yes, peaked. Now, we live in a world that has over 7 billion people. 15% of that world does not even have electricity. Their major source of any energy is oil and those sorts of fossil fuels. In addition, we've got many people, healthy, good numbers of people in the developing world moving into the middle class. These are people whose parents did not own shoes in most cases. And they are now buying for the first time things like air conditioners, the modern conveniences of life they are now able to buy. And we're being told that their demand for oil has topped out. No, it's only going to do what it's always done, which is to increase. So there's a couple things that I want you to take from this. Number one, this is another effort on my part to help you to look at these things, hopefully with some of the same humor that I do with the way they're reported. Number two, commodities have a way that they are priced, and it's very simple. They're based on supply and demand. If there's big supply, the price goes down. If the supply becomes limited and the demand goes up, the price rises. Very basic. You learn this in an Economics 101 class at any accredited school. The very type of class that very few financial journalists have ever set foot in. Keep that in mind because they are the ones that are preparing your news. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, thank you.